Thank you.
Good. My name is Lindsay. I'll be registering you today. I'll just get you both to tell me your name and your seat number.
David Caldwell, seat 11.
Susan Caldwell, seat 10.
Excellent. And are you currently in Canada?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. And any plans to travel out of the country in the next 4 weeks?
Yes. For work.
And when are you planning to travel?
As soon as possible.
Okay. So we are just for QR codes today. So you will want to make sure that you submit for a passport as soon as you get your certificate so that you are able to travel.
Yep.
Are you okay with receiving a certificate today?
Yes, we are. Yep.
And so then I will get you both to grab your QR code and a second piece of ID.
Yep.
And just hold up to the camera for me. Excellent. Perfect. Excellent. Awesome. Alrighty, so then I will get you both to cut your QR codes into 4 pieces. Thank you. Excellent. Alrighty, that's all I have for you for registration. I'm just going to move you into the post-registration room for now. You can hang out there until the ceremony starts.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks.
This citizenship ceremony is now in session. Welcome everyone, my name is Troy Ramos and I am the clerk of today's ceremony. This ceremony will be held predominantly in English based on the language preference of today's candidates for the citizenship and will be presided by Citizenship Judge Suzanne Carrière. Judge Carrière, in accordance with the provisions of the Citizenship Act, it is my privilege to present to you 146 candidates for citizenship from 44 countries who have met all the requirements of the Citizenship Act and are now ready to take the oath of citizenship, the final legal requirement to become a Canadian citizen. I now invite you to give your opening remarks.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk. And hello, everyone. Welcome to your virtual Canadian citizenship ceremony. Bonjour à vous tous et bienvenue à votre cérémonie de citoyenneté virtuelle. I can see pretty much all of you, but seat 54, if you could please turn your camera on, please. We just need to make sure that you're all here with us. So if you could turn your camera on, I've sent you a couple of prompts. But seat 54, please, there we go. Thank you very much. And I'm located, your camera is turned on, but all I see is a white. There we go. I see someone there now. Okay. I'm located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, so I want to begin this ceremony by acknowledging that I'm presiding it from Treaty 1 land. I'm on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene nations, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. Now, you probably already know that Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in this country are all moving forward together on the path to reconciliation. But what does that word mean exactly? Well, the Honorable Maurice Sinclair, who was the chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, said that it turns on a very simple concept, which is, I want to be your friend, and I want you to be my friend. And so in order to be a friend to the Indigenous community, each and every one of us needs to reflect on our own actions and see where we can be better allies to Indigenous peoples. Because reconciliation with Indigenous peoples is a responsibility shared by all Canadians, even new Canadians, such as you're about to become. Now, in the world of citizenship, we like to talk about where people come from, and as Mr. Clerk just mentioned, the 146 of you here today are representing 44 different countries. And as for me, many of my ancestors came to Canada from Europe, mainly in the 1800s. And over time and on both sides of my family, some of these ancestors and their descendants married First Nations women. And from these mixed unions and many, many others like them, a whole new people and culture and nation was born. My family is part of that historic Métis nation, from the fur trade, the buffalo hunts, the dispossession of land through Métis script, acts of resistance, all of it. So I have relatively deep roots here in Canada. I'm French Canadian, I'm Red River Métis, and because of my background, my own journey to become Canadian was very, very simple. So simple, I can sum it up in just 4 words. I was born here. That's it. But just because it was easy for me does not mean that I take it for granted. In fact, every day of my life, I feel very, very grateful to be Canadian. But for the 146 of you, your journeys to become Canadian were much different and more complicated than my journey was. For starters, you were all born in another country, and then at some point in time, you made that difficult decision to leave your home country and come here to Canada to start a new life. And there are many different reasons why people make this choice. Some people come here for better opportunities, for education, for work, maybe even for love. Some people come here because of war or other instabilities in their countries. But whatever your reason was, once you arrived here in Canada, you had to adjust and adapt to life in this new country, where the culture, the weather, the language might all be very different than in your countries. And so today I really want to recognize the courage, the determination, and the hard work it took for each of you to be here. And I know there were difficult times along the way, but you've persevered, you've embraced this new country, and now here you are, about to become Canadian citizens. Becoming Canadian is something very special, because with this honor comes incredible rights or privileges, like the right to live free of discrimination and persecution, the right to express your opinion without fear, the right to practice your religious faith, the right to vote, and the right to live and work in any province or territory. And these rights apply equally to all Canadians. So it doesn't matter that my family's been here for hundreds of years and that you're about to become Canadian in 5 minutes. As soon as that happens, we are the same under the law, and we're entitled to the same rights and privileges. But as I'm sure you're well aware, Canadian citizenship does come with responsibilities as well, like obeying our laws here in Canada, taking responsibility for yourselves and for your families, voting in our elections, doing your part to protect Canada's environment and heritage, and helping others around you and being good community members. Now, all of you have been in Canada for some time already, at least 3 years, some of you much longer, and I'm sure that during that time there's already many different ways that you've been active citizens here, and I certainly encourage you to keep that up long after today's ceremony is over. So with that, let's move on now to the moment you've been waiting for, the swearing of the oaths of citizenship. I'll start by saying the oath in English and then I'll repeat it in French, because as you know, Canada is a proudly bilingual country, and we honor and respect that in all of our ceremonies by swearing the oath in both official languages. So, Mr. Clerk, I'm ready to go ahead with those oaths now.
So, for the next step, would you please raise your right hand in this manner? And please make sure that it's your right hand that is raised, not your left. And if you choose to swear the oath on a holy book, please place it in your left hand now. We invite anyone watching the ceremony to also raise your right hand and repeat the oath if you wish. It is a demonstration of your commitment to Canada, but it will not make you Canadian if you are not one already. Judge Carrière, the candidates for citizenship are ready to repeat the oath of citizenship.
Excellent, so please repeat after me. I swear.
I swear
that I will be faithful.
that I will be faithful
And bear true allegiance.
and bear true allegiance
To His Majesty,
His Majesty,
King Charles III,
King Charles III,
King of Canada,
King of Canada,
his heirs and successors,
his heirs and successors.
Sorry, just one second. Seat 63 to 65. Make sure we can see all your faces. There's one of you that's almost off screen there. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. And that I will faithfully observe.
And that I will faithfully observe
The laws of Canada.
the laws of Canada,
Including the Constitution.
including the Constitution,
Which recognizes and affirms.
recognizes and affirms
Aboriginal and treaty rights.
the Aboriginal and treaty rights
Of First Nations.
of First Nations,
Inuit and Métis people.
Inuit and Métis people,
And fulfill my duties.
and fulfill my duties
As a Canadian citizen.
as a Canadian citizen.
Excellent. Very well done, everyone. You can put your arms down. Great job so far, but we're not quite finished yet, though. We are going to do this one more time in French. Here we go. You've done it. Congratulations. All right. Great job, everyone. Great job on the oath and great job on the French oath as well. I know that can be a bit intimidating and a bit challenging, but you've all done a fantastic job. And more importantly, you are now all Canadian citizens. So congratulations to you all. Welcome home and welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous. Vous êtes maintenant Canadiennes et Canadiens. Bienvenue chez vous et bienvenue dans la grande famille canadienne. Oh. Yay! Our country. Canada welcomes people from more than 150 different countries each year. And it is thanks to Canada's amazing diversity. Okay, so not in spite of it, but because of it, that Canada has become a role model for the world. And now, as Canadian citizens, 146 of you are ambassadors. You're ambassadors for one of the greatest, freest, richest, and most beautiful nations that's ever existed in the history of this planet. You are Canadian. So this is likely a day that you'll never forget, but the same actually applies to me as well, because I'll never forget that I had the honor and the privilege of participating in today's ceremony with all of you. So I really want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Merci, miigwech. Ceci est fort probable un jour que vous n'oublierez jamais, et c'est également valable pour moi parce que je n'oublierai jamais que j'ai eu l'honneur et le privilège de participer en votre compagnie à la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui. Je vous remercie du fond du cœur. Thank you, miigwech. One more time,
Merci.
Congratulations to you all and welcome to our Canadian family. Félicitations à vous tous et bienvenue dans la grande famille canadienne.
Merci.